What is going on, everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another China phone review. Now today we're going to have a look at the Ulefone Be Pure. Thanks to Ulefone for sending me a sample to test it. I'm really happy that I can do it. Now the Ulefone Be Pure. It was actually very hyped and there were many rumors about the smartphone. Now the B Pro had some issues and they said, yeah, we'll release the Ulefone Be Pure. It will be a smaller version. It will have also a 64-bit Octa core or something, I don't know. But yeah, there were many rumors on GIS China, also on my forum, so yeah, a lot of things. But now I have here the full specs, so it comes with the MTK 6592 octa-core processor running at 1.4 GHz. So actually the older octa-core and downclocked a bit. 8GB of RAM, 5-inch HD screen, and yes, it's just designed to be a very cheap smartphone, but with a pretty good camera. Now this smartphone retails for something like $120, and you can find a link to buy it down below in the description. Just check out efoxshop.com, our partner, and yeah, they're also a pretty good shop, because we don't have the Ulefone Be Pure in stock. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, then I would say, let's stop talking and let's just begin with the review. Now first of all, let's talk a bit about the specs of the phone. So it comes with a 5-inch HD IPS screen, then Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and GPS onboard, the MTK 6592M SoC, so it's a octa-core running at 1.4 GHz, so it's a bit downclocked from 1.7 to 1.4. It also includes the Mali 450MP GPU, which is quite okay. Front-facing camera has 5 megapixel, rear camera 13, and it comes with a flashlight. It's not a dual flashlight as you will see later. 1GB of RAM plus 8GB of ROM, so I'm not that happy that they only included 1GB of RAM, because with the octa-core actually 2GB are a must. Then expandable to 64GB, that means you can input micro SD cards up to 64 gigs and definitely get yourself one, because the internal storage is quite low. It supports USB on the go, then it's a dual SIM phone, dual standby, that means one standard SIM and one micro SIM. It comes with a 2000 mAh battery. I'm not quite happy with that decision, but they wanted to make that smartphone quite slim. So they also made the battery smaller. And that's why you don't have such a huge battery, but I have to say the battery lifetime is actually quite okay. Frequency band, 3G, WCDMA and GSM, no 4G LTE. And for details on the frequencies, just check out the link down below in the description. And it's running pure Android OS. I'm not sure what they mean with that, because it's just KitKat without bloatware. Actually nothing special. They said they will release it with Lollipop, but currently you get it with KitKat. The Lollipop ROM will just be available for download a bit later. And you probably can't Octa, so you have to reflash it. So yeah, just make sure you read some tutorials, because you'll probably need them. Okay guys, then now I would say let's get started and let's do a quick unboxing. Now everything you can see here is included inside of the box, but unfortunately there is not that much included. Just a quick starter guide here in multi-language, doesn't tell you anything, so just 1 or 2 pages in your language, how to turn it on, and that's basically it. Then here we have a charger. It's a normal charger, so output is 1 amp at 5 volts, that equals 5 watts. Yeah, the charger looks pretty good from the quality, there are no gaps, the USB port here is straight in, that's pretty good. Yeah, actually nothing special, so just a 5-watt charger, and it comes with the correct power socket connector for your country, so you don't have to worry about an adapter or something. Okay, now the micro USB charging cable, also once again nothing special, but that are basically the things you need to connect it to the computer and charge it. There is no headset included, that's the only bad thing in my opinion. And yeah, a screen protector should be also included, but I just destroyed it. Okay guys, then now let's go and let's have some fun with the Ulefone Be Pure. So let me give you a quick overview over the smartphone. So the Ulefone Be Pure looks a lot like the Ulefone Be Pro. Actually the same design, it's just slimmer. The buttons here at the bottom, maybe they look a bit different. And you can see the display, it's a 720p display, but it looks very sharp and also pretty colorful. Also pretty good viewing angles, so definitely a IPS display. The only thing I noticed is when you're outside, so it could be a bit brighter. For instance, on the Galaxy S4 the display is like 20% brighter and easier to read outside. But yeah, that's just my personal feeling. Okay guys, then now here at the bottom you can see we have capacitive touch buttons and the backlight from them is outstanding. That's how the backlight on capacitive touch buttons should look like. You can see it lights up the whole button and not just half of the button, looks very good. At the top we have the speaker, we have sensors and we have the front facing camera. Yeah, there's already dirt in the speaker because I'm using the smartphone now for 3 days. All in all, yeah, front side pretty cool, display completely black when it's turned off. And the back side here has the Ulefone logo as most of them. We have a white back cover, at the bottom speaker grid. Here the LED flash, which looks like a dual LED flash, but it's not. And here also the back camera, which should have 30 megapixels, and yeah, pictures look quite okay. Now compared to the Galaxy S4, so from the thickness, it's almost the same. So you see that smartphone is really thin, and that's something I like. Now also the button layout is actually the same, so we have the power button here on the right side. It's a full plastic body phone, even though the frame here looks a bit like metal maybe. Here at the bottom we have a hole, that's the bottom microphone for doing calls, and yes, this microphone is real and the only one on the smartphone. So here at the top we have a micro USB charging port and a 3.5mm headphone jack to connect a headset or headphones, but yeah, headset is not included. Now here on the left side you can see the buttons, they are splitted, volume up, volume down, also made out of plastic, and the volume rockers, they feel okay, but just the power button feels a bit strange to press, so I don't really like plastic buttons, but yeah, that's basically it. I would say the build quality on the Ulefone Be Pure is definitely okay, and the phone looks actually really great. Then let's see what the Ulefone Be Pure has got under the hood. When the display is off, you can see it looks completely black, so that looks really great. You can remove the back cover right over here, and it sits very tight, so it's pretty hard to get it off. And there we go guys, so now it's off. There is no antenna or something inside because yeah, it doesn't support NFC, just hot nut. Now here you can remove the battery. Let's have a look at the battery, and yeah, it's very small and very thin as you can see, just to keep the whole smartphone slim. And it's a 2000 mAh battery, which is definitely not that good for the octa-core processor. Now I would be happy with 2500, but yeah, they just had to make the battery so slim because of the smartphone dimensions. It comes with a sticker with 2 IMEI numbers because it's a dual SIM phone. Here at the bottom the 3D sound speaker, which is not that loud, but the quality is really good. Then here at the bottom the antenna, so that's probably GSM antenna. Here at the top Wi-Fi. Then here you can see SIM card slot 1, which is a big, so standard size SIM card slot. Second one is a micro SIM card slot, and here we have the TF card slot, which supports micro SD cards up to 64 GB. Now LED flash also right over here, but it's just a single one, even though it looks like a dual LED flash. And yeah, also the rear camera, which should have 30 megapixels. All in all, it's a plastic body phone, so looks kinda cheap, but the quality is quite okay because I already dropped it and actually nothing happened to the smartphone. I will show you that later. Alright guys, we're now here in Android on the Ulefone Be Pure. Unfortunately, it's not Lollipop, so they have released it with KitKat, even though there were a lot of rumors that this phone will come with Lollipop and it will be super awesome, but no, it's just KitKat with some Lollipop backgrounds. Okay, but yeah, I talked with one from Ulefone, so Miles, the marketing manager, and he told me that the Lollipop ROM will be released soon. If you go here to about the phone, you can see there's wireless update. Wireless update is working, so I had one Octa, so you can see it's version 1.3. And here we can see it's Android KitKat, but I'm really not sure if you can update to Lollipop with Octa. I think not, so you'll probably have to reflash it. Now let's get started and let's have a look at the settings. First of all, SIM management, it's a dual SIM phone. Then here we have Wi-Fi settings. And the Wi-Fi, I just tested it hand in hand with the Galaxy S4. And regarding the range, it was exactly the same on the meter, so quite impressive. Here we have Bluetooth and Hotnot. Now Hotnot is a pretty cool thing. It allows data exchange when the screen touches another device, so just like this. But only between devices which both support Hotnot. So this is not compatible with NFC. It's a own MediaTek thing. You can just Google it. It's pretty cool, but it's not compatible with NFC. Regarding the storage, so we have a 6 GB partition here, and only about 3 GB are now available because yeah, ROM, pre-installed apps and all that crap. Now here you can see the battery stats, and it's only a 2000 mAh battery, but you can see on standby it drains almost no power, so that's pretty good. I could use it for actually a quite long time, and I guess one day is possible. Somehow also the octa-core downclocked, you know, yeah, but actually 2000 mAh, it will maybe not bring you through the day. So it really depends on how you use it. You can drain it on a half day, you can just come through a day. It really depends on your usage, but we'll do probably a Geekbench battery test. Apps running in the background, that's the only bad thing. So this phone only comes with 1 GB of RAM, but pure Android, so only about 50% of the RAM is used, which is quite good, but it's still only 1 GB. Now that were the settings, at least the most important ones. But yeah, also language in there, so you can set it to every language which is natively supported by Android. Now, as always, Android status bar right over here. Hotnot is also in there, but unfortunately there is no quick toggle for Hotnot. We have here Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, also there's a quick toggle here for cast screen, but yeah, that's it. Then let's go quickly through the most important features and let's see if everything is working. Regarding the frequencies, you can find the exact frequencies down below in the description. It's really important that they match with your provider's frequencies, otherwise you cannot do calls like here. But yeah, this phone works perfectly well in my country, as you can see, so I can do calls. The speaker quality is actually very good, but it could be louder in my opinion. Now also the sensors are working, so when the speaker's off it shuts off the display so you don't activate stuff with your ear. And yeah, everything in here working. Then let's have a look at some messages, so let's see how typing feels. Now it's a 5-point capacitive touchscreen, there are absolutely no ghost touches so far, and ghost touches can occur on cheap smartphones with bad build quality, but here absolutely no sign from ghost touches on the Ulefone B Pure, so typing feels pretty good also with the force feedback. Alright, so certificate error, yeah, that's because the time is currently set to a wrong time, so I still have to do that. I pulled the battery and yeah, the time was gone. But anyway, I will just quickly do a cut then and fix the time so we can have a look at the Play Store and everything. Okay, then let's go here to the menu, and actually the first important application here is the camera. So I would suggest let's go outside, it's a beautiful day, and let's do a quick camera test on the Ulefone B Pure. Oh yeah, so we're now here outside and let's do a quick camera test. Camera in preview, just check this out, it looks totally sharp, the camera is not laggy, the shutter is fast, and yeah, we have touch and hold tracking, so that should also work. We can zoom in here and yeah, the preview looks very sharp. We'll later check out some photos to see how the quality really is, and you can find some samples down below in the description. Here we have video mode, this is also working, you will see some sample videos in about 1 minute. Then let's switch to the front facing camera, and yeah, this is very zoomed in here in 16:9 mode, but as soon as you start recording then it goes 4:3 and it's much more wide angle, so really strange thing. Okay, but yeah, we'll do a front-facing camera test also just in 1 minute. Okay, then on the left side we can see several of those effects and different modes like panorama, HDR, which I'm never going to use. Then let's have a quick look at the camera settings in there. And here we have the usual stuff like exposure. By the way, the aperture is 2.2, so that's pretty good. Here at the bottom, picture size, so there's a huge jump from 8 to 13, so nothing in between, like 12 or something, maybe interpolated, I don't know, but actually it looks pretty good, so I think the 13 could be real. Here we have video quality, you can set it here from 480p, 720p to full HD, and yeah, in preview it looks very nice, but just check then the quality for yourself. Electronic image stabilization, yeah, basically everything you need. Then now I would say let's go, let's capture some sample photos which I will also upload, and now let's do a quick video test on the front facing and rear camera. Now here's a quick back camera video test on the Ulefone B Pure, and wow, this is stunning. So this looks really great here in preview, but just check for yourself how it looks for you on the computer. Now I can even see my cat here inside of the window. The tab autofocus is working, the automatic lighting adjustment works too. Wow, the water here, everything, that looks really great. Let's have a look at some close-ups maybe. So there we go. And wow, the color looks very natural here in preview, so this is a mix between orange and yellow, very nice. Let's have a look at some red tones, and yeah, I have to focus. And yeah, the red tones, they look here in preview a bit too pink, because this should be actually totally red. And here it's a bit too pink, so I would probably have to play around a bit with the colors. And yeah, that's currently set to automatic color adjustment. All in all, yeah, looks really good here in preview. It's really stunning how sharp it looks, but just check for yourself currently, does it really look sharp on the computer too, or just here in preview? But all in all, for now it looks really great. Here's a quick front-facing camera test on the Ulefone B Pure, and when you start recording it switches here to 4:3 as I see here in preview, even though I set full screen in the previous settings, but yeah, recording dimensions are obviously 4:3. It gets a bit more wide angle when you start recording, so really strange. In preview, if you want to just do some selfies, it's not really wide angle, so that's also a bit strange, but anyway, it's working good. I'm currently driving around, so it's really not laggy. Automatic lighting adjustment works too. And yeah, quality in preview, it looks here quite sharp, but I'm not sure how it looks on the computer. Usually preview always very nice. Then you watch it on the computer and yeah, not that nice, but just check for yourself the quality here in the video. It's really raw quality, unedited, and this is how it looks on the Ulefone B Pure. So Ulefone, congratulations, you did a fucking good job on the camera. Just check this out guys, and for a $130 phone, This is probably the best quality I've seen under $200, or maybe $250, because even on the EQ, the pictures didn't look that good. Just check this out, guys. So everything sharp here in the foreground, in the background. Maybe in the background there's too much light a bit, but wow, it looks really great. The colors look nice, it's sharp, also in video mode. The only bad thing, it records in 3GP. I don't like that format, even though the videos are very small, but I like cameras which record in MP4, just like on some, I think it was also on a Ulefone. But yeah, MP4 video format would be better in my opinion, but yeah, the camera is really outstanding, looks very good, and definitely better than expected on a $130 phone. So let's quickly go through the remaining apps on the smartphone. So here, FM radio, it's supported, but you need an earphone as antenna, so headset is not included, that's the only bad thing. For the price, they could include a, I don't know, $5 headset. It would be really cool. Okay, here the Play Store. Now, Play Store latest version, it's fully working, and I just had a problem because the time was not correct, so you cannot access it, but now everything is fixed. And now let's see if I can download GTA for the gaming test. It's a really big app, and the only problem is the low internal storage. So if you have 2 or 3 of those big games, then your storage is full. So get yourself a micro SD card. Up to 64 gigs are supported. Yeah, Play Store fully working, so it's now downloading the app. All the Google apps are also pre-installed. Yeah, super user, it's rooted with iRoot, and let's quickly have a look at the flashlight. Well, it looks like a dual LED flash, but actually it isn't. As you can see, if you have a closer look at that, then you will see it's just a single LED flash with just a bigger hole here, because only the upper part here is pretty strong. Now, yeah, the LED flash, it hurts a bit in the eyes when you look into it, so you can see how bright it is. It's probably good if you lose something and it's dark, but for real photos at night, I'm not sure. It's probably a bit too weak. Okay, now that was the LED flash. Also quickly, let's check out the viewing angles of the display, and they are very good. So the HD IPS display looks really nice. Then now I would say let's do a speaker test, a GPS test, some benchmarks, and after this you will hear my final conclusion about the Ulefone Be Pure. Okay guys, now here's a quick speaker test on the Ulefone Be Pure. Let's try it with some no copyright music here from YouTube. And actually the speaker sounds really good. It doesn't oversteer at maximum volume. So this is currently maximum, and I think it sounds okay. It's not too loud, so this is already maximum. Just hear for yourself. Well, it could be louder, but at least it's clear. I don't like speakers which are loud as fuck and then they sound really terrible when at maximum volume. Okay, so the sound quality is okay, but it could definitely be a little bit louder. Now here's a quick GPS test on the Ulefone Be Pure. All in all, it works really good, as you can see, and yeah, we're currently using Google Maps, so Google Navigation works really good. The only small problem I have is that the internet speeds on the second SIM card slot, they are quite low. I'm not sure if the second slot also supports 3G, but I will check it out. I will get myself now an adapter for the first one, so we can test SIM card slot 1. And I guess the speeds on SIM card slot 1, they are much higher, so you won't have a problem with downloading something. But the second SIM card slot for internet speeds, no way, so this is very low. Okay, but let's come back to GPS. Now as you can see, GPS is working really good. When you're driving there is no issue, so that works really good, just like on my Galaxy Note 4 or something. We also have beautiful weather today. Anyway, when you start driving, this phone doesn't come with a compass or something, so sometimes it just shows you the wrong direction, but then you start driving for 5 to 10 meters and then it shows you correctly on the road. So that's something you have to deal with it, but as soon as you're driving, also when you're just standing at red traffic lights or something, it shows in the correct position, so you really don't have to worry about that. Only problem when you start driving, so it sometimes shows in the wrong direction, then it's rerouting, but after a couple of seconds you're ready to go. And no issues with GPS, it's not showing you off the road or something, so GPS actually pretty good on the Ulefone Be Pure. Here's a quick GPS test here in the GPS test application, and here is something I didn't expect, because just check out the accuracy right now. It's almost 100 feet, and just check out here the signal bars, very low currently. Majority here is below 30, which is not that good, and also if it's gray then it means it's not connected. Now GPS is working really good. In Google Maps navigation it shows you always on the road, also when you drive pretty fast, but when you start driving the accuracy just jumps up here from 9 to 90, 100 feet. This is really strange in the GPS test application, but for some reason it doesn't affect the GPS performance in navigation. I cannot tell you why. This is just something I can see here, and I see that the GPS signal is not really good in the GPS test application. I'm not sure why it works with navigation pretty good, but yeah, that's it. And that's how GPS, so the signal quality looks like on the Ulefone B Pure. We're now here at the end of this review. All in all, the Ulefone B Pure really surprised me in some things and also disappointed me in some things. First of all, what I liked is the camera, really nice. Also the build quality, because you can scratch the display, it seems to be pretty good quality, same goes for the camera lens, but just to be sure, make sure you use the screen protector, one on the smartphone and you will get one. Then I did a quick drop test. You can see I dropped it here on the camera lens, nothing, just the plastic here came a bit off. Then here also I stepped it a little bit, so the back cover seems to be quite stable. All in all, I dropped it on the display, it also didn't crack. So I'm quite happy with the build quality. Only thing I don't like is the battery. Battery could definitely be better. And yeah, 1 GB of RAM is also not that good. But for $130, it's really not a bad phone, but I would probably go with the new 64-bit generation, just like here on the Ulefone P3000S. It's much more expensive, but yeah, you will have 64-bit Lollipop, and just for the future, this could be something which is quite interesting. Here the Ulefone P6000, which you will also see in the next days, so stay tuned. And yeah, we'll have a lot of reviews next week, action cameras, some more smartphones. But for now, I can say Ulefone B Pure, actually not bad, but it's the old generation MTK chipset, so maybe also have a look at the new generation. But for some reason, I like it more than the Ulefone B Pro, which is a 64-bit chipset. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. All in all, shop link down below in the description. Good job on the camera, Ulefone. Thank you for 100,000 subscribers. You guys are fucking awesome. And yeah, I hope I see you again in my next videos. Have a nice day and bye bye.